Okay, hi, this is Dave, and today I want to show you a handy little feature called Remote Desktop within Microsoft Windows. Um, if you want to be able, like in my case, I'm on Windows 7, if you want to be able to remote onto that, what I'd have to do is start down at the lower left, like you do for everything, right-click on Computer, come down to Properties. Look what it's got a little thing says Remote Settings. That's us, that's what we want. Go there, and we're on the Remote tab within System Properties, and I've checked this here, and this is for the more secure version. If that doesn't work for you, you can drop down to the less secure version of Remote Desktop. If you have older clients, you may have to do that. This is where I come to select users, because they have to have an account on here. Obviously, if it's an administrator account like mine is, then you're already able to do remote access onto your PC. So my account is an administrator account on the local PC, so I'm already good to go. So I shut that down. There we go. And I've done that on another box, which is actually a server, so that I could show this to you. Then from the lower left, I click, and then I come into the search box, and I type in remote, and I just start to type in there's remote desktop connection. That's what we want. It's what I call a client. It's the remote desktop connection client, and I want to remote onto my server, which is actually another physical computer box on the same network. You can also do this over the internet, which we'll talk about here. And now I'm going to say connect. I've got to put in my credentials. Here I go. And I put my credentials in for, in that case, the server. And this here is a little message warning saying that the certificate is not from a trusted certifying authority like Thought or VeriSign. But that's okay. I know it's from my server, and I'm going to say it's okay. Yes, I accept it. And there we go. We're now remoted on to a completely different computer. In this case, on my network. This is my server. And it's cool because if I minimize this, bingo, I'm right back to my workstation that I'm sitting in front of. But if I come down to this icon on my taskbar and hit it, bingo, now I'm looking at the desktop for a completely different box, and I didn't have to get up out of my chair to go move to a different computer. So this is a real handy thing. And so let's minimize that for the moment. In fact, one thing I like to remember that I forgot to show you is that when you're done, a suggestion would be to log off. That way you don't leave the session open. So I'm going to do that. I logged off, and bingo, I'm right back onto my computer. Now if I want to do that from the internet, what I'd have to do is go into my router and do something called, there you go. And so this is my firewall, or in my case it's also my router, and I want to come in here and do something called port forwarding, and I could call this remote desktop. I'm going to go kind of quickly through this. It's actually port 3389 is what you want, 3389, and you're going to go TCP, and I put in the internal IP address of the server. I enable it, and then I'm going to hit save, and I'll be able to do that same remote desktop from anywhere on the internet. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, now I'm not going to do mine today because I don't want to turn that on right at the moment. But you get the idea there, and I hope that's helpful. Thank you for watching.